Alright, so here's how it's gonna go down. I'll meet you tomorrow morning, the usual place. I got this stuff. It'll be the greatest thing you've ever tried in your life. I wouldn't recommend trying too much at once. You might not be able to take it. It'll be that awesome. At 9 o'clock tomorrow. Be there. I was hungry, so I got pistachio ice cream. I'm not sure why they make it green, and it doesn't really taste like pistachios. The nuts in here are actually almonds. And that's Tyler Skyping me. In regards to Quidditch practice, the way the North American Flying Federation plays is not a way that I'm familiar with completely, because it's really non-contact compared to how I've played at school. Anyway, from what I can take off the rules that were on the Infinitus website, and I'm only giving Chaser responsibilities because we're both Chasers. From what I can tell from the rules, the quaffle can be passed between players however you want to pass it. To quote the rules page, quaffles can be passed between Chasers in any manner the player chooses. And when you pass, you have to have 1 foot on the ground at all times. I mean, you can take up to 2 steps while you're on the move to get into a position to throw the quaffle. But, yeah, you have to be still when you throw it, and you don't actually have to catch the ball unless it's thrown 25 feet over the midfield line. So, I mean, I guess you can retrieve the ball off the ground if you want, and if you can pass it in any way you want, then I'm assuming that you can kick it downfield if you feel so inclined, but do not take my word for that. Also, you can only be in possession of the ball for like 10 seconds before you have to pass it, and you can't get any closer than 5 feet to a chaser on your team. Not that I would think that you would want to be that close if we're on brooms. Oh. Random side note, Tyler hasn't heard of Isaac Asimov. Anyway, for these practices, we'll probably mostly just practice passing the ball, or like releasing possession, or however you want to say it, since you can't hold the ball for more than 10 seconds anyway. And you don't really need to work on maintaining possession, because chances are no one's going to be like super in your face. I mean, we might get into each other's faces a little bit in order to block throws, and we can do some catching if you want. I mean, that won't be detrimental in any way. If we had a few kickballs and like some extra people, we might be able to put, or like throw some beaters into practice. But if we do that, then I guess we'd also need more chasers. But in a nutshell, retrieving the ball and catching and then throwing. Throwing might be most beneficial to us. Yeah. As for balls, I mean, we might be able to use that one that you bought with Mary Kane at the dollar store. I think if you're going to want to throw a ball 25 feet upfield, then something like a wiffle ball isn't going to do it, and a tennis ball is definitely not what we're going for, because they're not soft or plastic. Mark, that's all I've got for you for Quidditch practice. We can tweak this vague plan when we actually find out how this one goes. Tomorrow morning I'm going to stop by Publix and buy some flour because I'm half a cup short, and then I'll see you in the morning.